Yo, what the fuck is cracking, shawties? It is your fiending neighborhood tweaker, okay? Back with another antidote of my geekage, antidote of my fiendry, okay? This one is actually a pretty high quality ketamine story that I've been sitting on for way too fucking long, dude. Um, this shit is kind of funny. I don't know how the fuck I managed to get lost in the city I've been living in for 2 fucking years. Especially when it's kind of like a small city. I don't know how the fuck I managed to do this, but I did this, dude. So just for some context, I go on walks like a lot. Like, especially when I'm fucked up, I go on walks a lot, dude. Like, that's like my main thing that I do, right? And this shit kind of went down like at the beginning of this like current semester I'm in, my fourth semester, at BYUI, right? Fall 2025. And dude, I had like just moved into my apartment. Like, this was like, I think like 2 or 3 days after I moved into like my current apartment, right? And dude, I had just gotten some ketamine from Lucas. And this was like, dude, this was actually really fire fucking ketamine, dude. Like, this shit was actually top of the shelf, dude. Like, the very top shelf. Holy fuck, dude. Like, you have to get a step ladder to get this ketamine, dude. Holy shit. And, dude, he doesn't even have ketamine like this nowadays. He got this shit like one time, and I like binged through all of it in like 2 weeks. It was kind of fucked. But yeah, no, I had like just recently picked up this ketamine, right? And dude, oh my god, it was, I would make those noises for this ketamine. Holy shit. But yeah, no. So basically, what happened was ketamine is a very scheduled drug for me, right? Like, I do this shit at very specific times. When I do ketamine, usually it's around like 8 or 9 p.m. I don't know why, but I feel like every single time I get into a ketamine mood, it's like 8 or 9 p.m., right? Like, if you find me doing ketamine at any time other than 8 or 9 p.m., something weird's going on, all right? Someone has taken my place. Someone is wearing my skin. Call the cops. That's not me. All right? But, yeah, basically, it was like around 8 p.m. I had just gotten back from, like, my fucking, dude, it was like when I was working really weird fucking hours at, like, my little sandwich gig. And I had just gotten back from work, right? And I was like, dude, I was kind of just fiending to get fucked up. Like, this was one of those days where I wasn't, like, necessarily, like, after, like, the fucking ketamine bag. Like, I wasn't, like, looking at the ketamine on my shelf and, like, oh, I'm in a ketamine mood. I'm in a ketamine mood, guys. Let's fucking do this shit. Like, it wasn't, like, one of those days where I was just, like, really, like, trying to do some ketamine. But it was, like, it was one of those days where I was just like, man, I just worked fucking 8 hours. I just need to not be sober right now. Holy shit. Get me anything, okay? Get me fucking heroin. I'm doing that shit right now. I'm just joking. I'm never gonna fucking touch heroin, okay? I put that on my soul. But yeah, I had some really top of the shelf fucking ketamine, dude. Dude, I had some beautiful looking shards already, all bagged up, all ready to go. I had actually pre-crushed this shit too, dude. I had ground this shit down to a fine powder, right? So this shit was all ready for consumption. So I pretty much, how this worked is I got home, I ripped off all my fucking work clothes, I showered, I got ready, I got all my fucking shit on. And the thing is, before I do ketamine, I like to, like, just get everything in my room ready for, like, the most maximum efficiency if I need to do anything, dude. Like, I fill up my water bottle. I get all my shit just, like, in the most convenient positions possible. Because if I do too much ketamine and I'm, like, can't fucking move my body, I don't want to have to do a bunch of shit to like, you know, do something. Like, I don't want to have to, like, walk across the room and get my charger. Or I don't want to have to fucking get up and refill my water bottle and put ice in it, and then, oh shit, the ice came out the dispenser too fast, and now there's ice all over the ground. And now I have to bend down and pick up ice while damn near K-hold, or my roommates are gonna get pissed at me because there's ice all over the fucking floor. Okay, I have made the mistake way too many times of just railing a shitload of ketamine and then getting damn near K-hold and having to do a fuck ton of tasks because I didn't prepare, okay? I have made that mistake way too many times. And so after a certain amount of time, I don't make that mistake no more, okay? I don't make that mistake ever nowadays, okay? Never do I ever. Okay, so I pretty much got everything ready, got everything to the maximum convenience possible, filled up my water bottle, and dude, I was ready to rumble, okay? I get my little notebook out, right? I have like a designated notebook for like chopping up lines of shit. I keep it by my bed. And I get out my little notebook. I pour some lines onto this shit. And I just rail like, and when you're doing like lines of ketamine, you have to make them really thin, right? I don't really like doing bumps because I feel like when I do bumps, it's like too much fucking, dude, it's too much powder up the nose at once. I don't really fuck with bumps as much as I fuck with like lines because I feel like lines, like, I know lines are technically more powder, but it's like powder stretched out over a specific, like, over like time. Like, it takes more time to get the line up your nose, right? And it's not just like a shotgun explosion of fucking powder up your nose, right? Because a bump is just like, there's no time. It's just, you fucking inhale and, oh, all the fucking powder is up your nose, buddy. Holy shit, that stung. So when I'm doing ketamine, I like to just chop up really ultra thin fucking lines because then I feel like it's more smooth and it's more drawn out instead of just a fucking explosion of powder at my nose. So I chop up these really thin little fucking lines and I just do like a few of them, right? I chopped up like little 6 of these like micro thin little fucking lines. Like, I know when I say I chopped up 6 lines of ketamine, y'all are gonna be thinking like, holy fuck, this guy is literally the biggest fiend on the planet. But they were very thin lines, okay? These lines were thinner than an anorexic Chinese woman, okay? These lines were thin, okay? So I had these thin-ass lines, and 6 lines with the width that I had them at is not actually that much ketamine, right? So I had these lines chopped up all fucking thin. Like, these lines were really fucking, like, scrawny, okay? Like, meth head scrawny. And I just rail like 4 of them, right? I rail 4 of these fucking lines. And I had 2 of them left over, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see how I feel after these 4, and then I'll do the other ones if I'm feeling it, right? And so I sit for like 30 minutes. I'm watching some YouTube, and after like these 30 minutes go by, I realize, holy shit, I am feeling fucking wonderful. I'm content. I'm in a state of contentment, okay? I don't need any more ketamine. I am content with the ketamine level I'm at right now. So I decide I'm actually functional enough to go on a walk right now, right? Like, at least that's what I think. I said I'm functional enough to go on a walk. And I decided I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like fucking like actually leave my apartment and not take any ketamine with me so I don't like go on a walk somewhere and end up doing more ketamine out of stupidity and fucking K-holing myself when I'm on a walk, right? That would I've made that mistake before. I'm probably gonna make a video out of that too. That shit that was kind of funny. But after making that mistake, I kind of had decided I'm going to stop bringing ketamine on me when I go on my walks because I'm going to be tempted to do that shit and I'm going to fucking K-hole in public and I'm going to be fucked, right? So I leave my fucking apartment. All I have on me is some cocaine because I put that shit in my fucking wallet, right? And I leave my fucking house or my fucking apartment. I wish I had a goddamn house. I don't have a fucking house. I live with literally like 6 other people. God save me. I leave my fucking apartment and I'm on this walk and I'm just walking everywhere. I'm walking all over the fucking town, dude. I am a little walkie-talkie on this day. And I'm used to it because I don't have a car. So I've been walkie-talking everywhere. And literally, I've been doing my little walking all fucking year, dude. It has been a challenge. It has been a struggle, okay? I don't have a car, gang. So I just start walking. I just walk all over the place. And eventually I find myself on some random street and I start feeling that like these like really intense come down tingles, right? I don't know if this is a shared experience among all ketamine users, but I feel like when you're coming down on ketamine, the tingles kind of get more intense and then they burn out. It's almost like a supernova of a star dying, right? That's kind of like what it's like, you know, the final explosion of tingles when you're coming down off ketamine, you know, the last like 15 minutes of a ketamine high. And the tingles start getting really intense, and I start like tickling a little bit. I'm kind of like giggling as I'm walking. I'm like, oh my God, this kind of feels funny. And I decide, you know what, I'm gonna sit down for a second, right? And I sit down and I'm kind of just feeling stupid. Like, dude, I'm really fucking zooted on ketamine. I'm actually surprised that I, like, got up and walked this far, dude, because I walked, like, at least a mile off the ketamine, and I'm surprised I did, because I was really fucking high, dude. Like, these 4 lines, I know I said they were anorexic, like really fucking small and skinny and scrawny, but, dude, it was still a good amount of ketamine in those lines, brethren, okay? There was still a good, solid amount of ketamine in those 4 lines. So, I was high as fuck. I was zooted, okay? I was sent to fucking, dude, K-City, okay? I was in K-City, okay? Dude, I got my share of vitamin K. I was K'd the fuck up, okay? I was feeling quite okay, okay? Woo-hoo, I was feeling it. And I kind of just get lost. I'm kind of, cause you know it's a dissociative. I'm kind of like in this dreamlike state where I'm just like you know I'm just sitting on this fucking park bench, feeling fine. Okay, I'm feeling all fine and dandy. Okay, and it's just like there's like this mini little park I'm in that's on this like neighborhood road, and I get up and I start walking and I'm walking down this road and I kind of get confused, right? I start walking randomly, and this was the stupidest mistake I could have made. I should have just started walking from whatever direction I came from. But I walk down this road into this random ass neighborhood that I've never seen before in my life. And I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen this neighborhood before because I go on walks a lot, right? Like I feel like I should have walked on at least every road in Rexburg like one time, dude. I feel like I really should have at this point. But I have no fucking clue where I am. And I'm walking into this neighborhood and I realize I have no clue where I am. But at the same time, I kind of don't give a fuck. I'm just here, dude. I'm just enjoying the fucking time I'm having, right? And most of the time, ketamine isn't like all that I know it's like a dissociative, and I know it's kind of like that's kind of like what it does is it kind of like brings you away from reality, but I still feel like I'm usually rather coherent mentally on fucking ketamine, and I can still kind of make reality out, right? But I was in such a dreamlike state that I just couldn't comprehend that anything was real, and I couldn't comprehend the consequences of walking into this random fucking neighborhood that I hadn't been in before. Like, I couldn't even understand and comprehend that there would be consequences to that. Like, I couldn't comprehend that I was walking further away from my apartment, and I was going further away from where I knew the way home, right? Like, I was, like, kind of, like, actively, like, getting lost, but I, like, didn't care because I didn't compute that even had consequences. You know, I was coming down off this ketamine, and I was kind of just, like, still, like, in, like, this dreamlike state where I was like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm just having a magical ass time right now, right? And I'm just looking around, and I'm looking at all these houses, and all these houses kind of just look like ketamine isn't all that psychedelic. Like, people kind of say sometimes, like, oh, it's like almost a little psychedelic, but I don't really think it is, right? It's not like that, like, visual of an experience, right? But I still feel like there's a slight visual aspect where everything just has, like, this kind of like this, like, dreamy glow to it, right? And everything kind of just looks like dreamlike. Like, that's all I can really describe it as. Or actually, you know, like those like backrooms videos, or like the videos of like liminal spaces where it's like playing that like really like lo-fi like dreamy music, and it's like showing all these like dreamy like familiar places and shit like that. That's kind of like how everything looks like on ketamine. The ketamine really gives those backrooms vibes, you know, where everything kind of just looks like dreamy, and everything kind of looks like magical and like mystical, right? And so I'm looking at all these houses and all these weird like little like duplexes and like weird house layouts, because dude, Rexburg, Idaho has some weird ass house layouts, I'll tell you. And I'm looking through all these fucking neighborhoods and all these streets, and everything just looks so dreamy and magical and mystical and fucking and just like whimsical, right? And I'm walking down all these streets, and it's just so fucking like disconnected from reality, and I just feel so fucking lost. And pretty soon, as I'm coming down, I start realizing that I am lost. I'm very fucking lost. And then I feel in my fucking pockets, and you know what the fuck I realized? I don't even have my phone. Because the reason I checked my pockets is I was gonna pull out Google Maps, but all I have in my pockets is my wallet. Like, that's all I brought. I didn't even bring my fucking gum, gang. I didn't bring my gum. I didn't bring my Zins. I didn't even bring my fucking AirPods. How the fuck do you forget your AirPods on a walk? I don't know why I forgot my AirPods, dude. I usually am listening to music on a walk, but I didn't bring my fucking AirPods, dude. What the hell, right? I am so fucking like dumbfounded at this point that like I actually just left the house with only my wallet. Right? Usually I have a selection of things I grab before I leave my house, right? I grab my wallet, I grab my phone, I grab my gum, I grab my Zins, and I grab my motherfucking AirPods. Like, my AirPods is the most important thing, dude. Fuck my wallet. If I had to bring one thing, I'm bringing my AirPods. Well, actually, I'd have to bring my phones for my AirPod, or I have to bring my phone. Why did I pluralize phone? I'm a fucking retard. I have to bring my phone for my AirPods to work, I guess. So, I don't know. Whatever. The only point I'm making here is, how the fuck do you forget your AirPods on a walk when what you do on walks most of the time is listen to music? Like, how the fuck do you even do that? I know ketamine impairs your decision making, but holy hell, that is some impressive impairment of my decision making to where I'm not even bringing my AirPods on a walk. Like, dude, for me to forget my AirPods on a walk, I have to be high on Down syndrome, dude, not ketamine, dude. I'm gonna have to be high on an extra chromosome to forget my fucking AirPods on a walk. Like, holy hell. But I forgot everything. I forgot my phone, I forgot everything, and so now I don't even have Google Maps. So I literally spend the next 2 hours walking through these random streets in these neighborhoods, and eventually I'm not even high anymore. Eventually I came down off the ketamine. So now it's not even like it's fun, because all the houses look dreamy and mystical and backrooms-esque. Eventually it's not even fun. Eventually I'm just pissed the fuck off, because now I'm sober, and I would really love to do more ketamine right now, and I don't want to do coke right now, because, dude, if I do fucking coke, like, I'm not gonna want to do ketamine for the rest of the night, and I kind of wanted to do ketamine right now. Like, I wanted to do fucking ketamine. I didn't want to have a coke night. I wanted to have a ket night. So, I kind of just, I'm walking around these fucking neighborhoods for like 2 hours, and eventually I do find my way out. right? Because I go to like a higher point in the neighborhood, right? Because, like, dude, if you've never been to Rexburg before, which lucky you, if you've never been to fucking Rexburg, this place sucks. But if you have been, or if you've never been to Rexburg, sorry, it's pretty much just all on a hill, right? Like, Rexburg literally exists on a fucking hill, right? It's all a hill. So I get up to, like, this higher point in the neighborhood, and I look down, and there's, like, this road that goes all the way down. Because Rexburg, for the most part, is, like, on a grid, right? Like, it's not like there's, like, all these crazy-ass roads like a lot of other towns, right? It's mostly on a grid. So I look down, and there's this road that goes all the way through the city, thank God. And I look down this road, and I actually see my fucking apartment from this road. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. There's my fucking apartment. There's the fucking, there's the place I'm trying to go, you know? There's where my ketamine's at. My ketamine is in that building right there. Hell yeah, let's go. So I'm jolly and happy and giddy, and I'm making my way down this hill, and I make my way back to my apartment. And I do more ketamine, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that is what I do for the rest of the night. All right, and yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to tell this story because, dude, I don't know how the fuck I left my house without any of my shit, dude. It is impressive. I've never even been lost before. I don't feel like I've ever been lost. Like, actually, I've been lost, like, driving places and shit, but I've never gone on a walk and got fucking lost on a walk. Like, you have to have such a shitty sense of direction, which I do have a shitty sense of direction, but dude, it is just impressive how much ketamine fucked me up on this day to where I literally got lost on a walk. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Wow.